久しぶりだってのに随分な挨拶じゃねえか。
あんたらに関わってうまくいった試しがないんだよ。さあさあ、帰ったお帰りはあちらから。
好きにするがいいさ。ただし一つだけ教えておく。この世界に黒い箱はないかい？
黒い箱？
存在しないものをどうやってこの世界に呼び戻すというのだ。ロクサスを復活させるということは、ソラ、お前は結局闇の力を使うのか。
Right on scale, guys. Next here, and today I'm going to be doing an in-depth analysis of the new KH3 Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Came out today, and there is, I think, this nearly 3 minutes of gameplay plus kind of lore. More on the gameplay side. Hopefully, there was a lot of new things that we've seen, a lot of good stuff, which I'm really excited for. First thing is that the game does say it's currently in development, like it has been for I don't know how long, last 10 years. But honestly, the graphics and the look of the game actually look really good. Like including like I love the way Square do their magic now, like their magic engine. The way the magic looks like in Final Fantasy 15 and KH 2.8, 2.8 remix. It looks a lot better than it used to do. But I'm getting off topic here. I'm gonna start off with when like if you watch the very first part of the trailer, you have the logo and everything, and then it starts off. We go straight into Olympus. Now we've seen Olympus a lot. It's been confirmed ages ago, like pretty much from the start. This is the main world that they keep showing in it. The first thing is we see Sora skydiving in. Must have pressed the skydive cheat from GTA or something. But it reminds me a lot about the diving into worlds and Dream Drop Distance, the way you have to dive into different worlds, into different sleeping worlds and stuff. But we haven't seen enough to say we'll be diving into each world. Like that would get rid of the gummy ship if you're diving from world to world. So what I'm thinking is that once you use the gummy ship, you have an option to dive into each world. There's also the fact that it could be like leading from a cinematic or something like that, and then he has to jump off, say like he's talking to someone, and then something happens, he has to jump off and like go down towards the Heartless. But he seems that when he jumps, he has a bit of freedom to move where he wants. And that leads me on to the next part is when he jumps, you can see a small island floating in the sky, which looks accessible. It looks like it's an accessible area of the map from the dive, which means in somewhere else maybe there might be out of the way locations like high up in the air that we might be able to only get to by skydiving into worlds from the gummy ship or from high enough places. To get to these, this would make the exploration of worlds more diverse. It would make like chest hunting, maybe certain Heartlesses appear up in like higher places. But that's also, we've only seen Olympus, we haven't seen other maps, but that would be a really cool feature if we had up in the air, sort of out of the way places that you can only get to from the gummy ship. You have to dive in, like maybe you have to go in and out and like fall into different places. That'd be really cool. That's it from the skydive, and after that we see him when he hits the ground. He smashes into the ground. Actually, poor Heartless don't know what's coming. He comes from like 50 feet up in the air and just destroys them. But after he hits the ground, you see him hit a combo for a few seconds. Now, after he hits the combo, You see this thing prompt at the bottom. It's green. It says standing by, and we can use this in this instance to counter shield. Which, from the looks of it, each Keyblade is going to have their own form. I think we had pictures from, I don't know how long ago, of Olympus and the shield form. That is this counter shield. We had it a while ago, but I think it's pretty much confirmed that each Keyblade is going to have different abilities or different forms to them, and I'll explain that in a minute. Because as you can see in this, it's really sneaky. That when you start off, you dive in, he hits the ground, and he has the Kingdom Key, the normal key, the default one. But as soon as you see him get the form for the counter shield, you can see that it's a different Keyblade. It's not the same one. Therefore, that it's not the Kingdom Key that turns into that counter shield. It's, I think, what I can look at it, if you look at the shield, it has the Olympus insignia and everything on it. I have a feeling that's the shield, is the Olympus Coliseum. I don't know what it's going to be called, it's going to be different. But that's what I think. That's why I think the Keyblades all have different forms. So this will change like your whole setup, and like this will change different types of moves you use, which is also really interesting because it's much like the command skills, like whatever it is in Birth by Sleep, combo based. If you get a few hits with a combo, then you unlock like a certain skill tier. You can do certain moves. You can hit them. The shield one actually looks pretty good. You smash them with the shield, and then there's different finishing commands. I'll talk about the finishing commands later because there is another form that we got to see. But like, there's clear indications that the Keyblade that was being used is an Olympus one, and that's the reason you could use that form, because at certain points you can on the front of the shield anyway, you can see the Olympus insignia. It's like the looks like a thundercloud or like a thunderball coming out of it. You can see that clearly at one point, meaning that it is just because it's the Kingdom or the Olympus Coliseum key. Another thing we get to see is the finishing move for it. It just says finish. There's no like special name for it. It's not like an ability. It's finish, and it looks like some sort of like, I don't know, Neji trigram palms. And it looks like it does a serious amount of damage, and it looks hella like it looks sick. But another thing we got to see was the Shotlock command. It's in it was in 2.8 and it's in Birth by Sleep. Everyone knows it. But this is the first time we actually got to see it being used in this game in KH3, and it also looks like the Shotlock command is determined on what Keyblade you're using as well, or if I don't know about the Keyblade, but maybe what form you're in. Because when we get to see the Shotlock command, he's currently using the counter shield form, meaning that when you're in a different form, you might have different Shotlock commands, because it's definitely because he's in counter shield, because the way the Shotlock works is it's like a big ball and it hits the shield. You'll see it in the video, and then like it's like a raining death fountain or something like that. It looks good as well. It is exactly like the Birth by Sleep Shotlock command and in 2.8. And it seems to be, we didn't get to see him use the Shotlock without the form being on. So maybe you might be, well, I presume you can use it just like in 2.8 and Birth by Sleep. But it is nice to know that depending on what form you have, you could have a different Shotlock command, which could lead to different types of DPS and stuff like that. We also get to see with the Shotlock command, the logo or emblem, like down the bottom left, there's two different commands, Unleash and Flow Chain. He didn't appear to select one in the trailer, so I can't speculate on if they are actually usable. Regardless, the Shotlock looked great. It was real. It looked good and looked like it did a ton of damage. The next ability or command we got to see, like form, the next form pretty much we got to see, is the second form. Now we can see that the Keyblade did not change form for this command. That's because he's using the Kingdom Key. See, with the other one he's using the Olympus Key. That was the counter shield form. Now he's using the Kingdom Key and he's using second form. So the Keyblade doesn't change. Because the Keyblade doesn't change, that further indicates that it's the actual Keyblade that determines what form you're going to be in. And it's not up to what sort of moves you use. Like I think in Birth by Sleep, if you use like physical commands, you could sometimes get like Rock Breaker and stuff like that. And then the magic ones, you go into like the Firestorm command thing. I'll get onto magic later because there's a lot of magic used after, which don't change your form or anything. You've probably seen it in 2.8, but regardless, this indicates that the Kingdom Key, just because he has it on, he's into second form. It doesn't change into counter shield. We also get to see a favorite move of mine return in second form called Sonic Blade. And it doesn't seem to, there's no drive gauge like there was in Cage 2, so it's not like these forms drain your drive gauge or you have to have a certain amount. Well, that's at the moment anyway. As I said, it's in development, this game. They could add that in. But the second form seems to be a lot like Limit Form, like I mean with the same moves and everything. Because at the first time we see second form, we get to see his finishing move is Sonic Blade. But surprisingly later on in the video, we see them use the second form again, and one of the moves, his finishing moves, is Stun Impact, which was part of the Limit Form as well. But if you actually watch closely at one part, there's a slight change in his finishing move after he gets a few more hits. He goes from Stun Impact to Sonic Blade. Now, as we know, as players or as fans of KH, that Sonic Blade is a better move than Stun Impact. It's a lot better, obviously. And we all know what Stun Impact is. We get to see it in the trailer as well. Or not Stun Impact, Sonic Blade. We get to see that in the trailer as well. So it seems that these forms, the more you get hits while in this form, or while this form is like active, the better finishing move you have. I think for the thing like for the counter shield, I think that has the same finishing move each time. Now I could be wrong. It could be like finish 2 or something, but it was down as finish. But when he was in second form, the name was Stun Impact, and you see it slightly, as soon as he gets a hit, it changes to Sonic Blade, and then he uses it. It seems that in second form, you'll have a bunch of different finishing commands, which is good because it means the more hits you get while in second form, the better chance you have of getting a good move at the end of it. So maybe there's like a time limit on it, so you can't stay in the same form for ages. You have to get the hits in quick and then try to get a good finishing move. But it's good to see that forms are in the game, and it doesn't seem to impact you too much. Like you don't have to charge your gauge or anything. Gauge. You don't have to charge your gauge or anything like that. Okay, after we see that second form for the first time, we see Sora's new ability with Goofy. We don't know what it's called. It's it's some sort of like knock smash type move. Goofy jumps up on top of or Sora jumps up on top of Goofy's shield, and then Sora puts him into pound, suplex cities him basically into a bunch of Heartless. Now it appears as there was no repercussions for using this move. Like the MP bar wasn't drained, so this could mean that it could be a random occurrence, like some sort of reaction command. That's me guessing though. And this game is currently in development, so they could change. As in like Cage 2, remember using moves like Knock Smash and like all those Fantasia with Donald and stuff like that. It would drain the MP bar. But it's also interesting to note that after you see him use this move, it is a pretty devastating move, but after you see him use it, it's interesting to note that the NPC characters like Aladdin, and they're like, well, I don't know Aladdin, but like your Hercules, from the different worlds are now just added to the party. If you look really closely, there's no switching Donald or Goofy out for the characters, so parties can have 4 now. As you can see, all 4 characters together at one point. It's like, I'm going to take a screenshot. There's a screenshot of all 4 of them together at one point, which means that instead of having to switch out certain characters, they might be all together in the same party. Now this could be just because it's some sort of like event, like enclosed space, and he's just being added to the party just for that. But hopefully, I would really love if you could just have everyone out, because it makes sense if everyone's with you. It might make the game a bit easy because you have the extra power, but even if you have everyone with you, just make the Heartless a bit harder to kill. I mean, that's what I would want. Okay, so next we're moving away from the gameplay and moving into the lore. Maleficent and Pete meet up with Hades, who's my favourite Disney villain, just if you wanted to know. Now, this meeting isn't exactly significant until Maleficent strikes the question about a distinctive black box. Now, this black box, the first thing I thought of was the box from KH Unchained. That box with, well, we haven't seen the full box, I don't think. I think we've seen, it's the box with a bunch of locks on it, and people are saying that, I've seen theories and everything about it, and they look like they're going to be right. They were saying there's 7 on each side, I think. Yeah, 7 locks on one side, 3 in the front of them. So altogether, there'd be 7 on each side, which would be 14, and then 3 at one on the top and 3 at the bottom, which would be 20. That indicates that it's the 20 Keyblades, the 13 of Darkness, and the 7 of Light. So that from that meaning that Maleficent is looking for that now. But the things I don't get about this is, that's what my theory is, she's looking for it. But that might mean that the box is currently missing somewhere, I mean, the last time we saw it was in the Keyblade Graveyard, and maybe during the fight that happened there in Birth by Sleep, it could have disappeared. This is what I think happened, but the flaws of this are that I don't know how Maleficent actually found out about this box. I mean, I don't think Sora or any of them know about it. It's in Unchained. I don't even think Aqua and Terra found out about it. The only time we actually seen the box was in Unchained. So I don't know how Maleficent will come about the information. Maybe when she was member MKH1, Ansem told her about all the worlds, all the different princesses of light, how all these worlds are connected, about the keyholes and stuff. Maybe he might have mentioned it to her about this box, but then you would think that she would have went after it first. So I don't think she does now. She might have found out, like as I said, this game is in development. She could find out somehow in the start of the game, and that's how she's after it. I have a good feeling that it's this box that they're after, because this is like the main mystery of Kingdom Hearts for me. Anyway, I don't know what's in it. Everyone wants to know, I'm pretty sure. And that's the main reason that they're trying to get. Well, theories are the main reason they're trying to get the 13 Darkness and the 7 of Light to have a war to create the Keyblade. But I think the Keyblade might be in it or something. I don't know. It's just all fan theories and everything. You know yourself. And the thing about it is that I don't know how Magnificent found out about it, but this I'm feeling that Xehanort, because Xehanort had it his master I think had it, because Xehanort has the Keyblade that his master had. I think his name was Lux. His master had the same Keyblade as Xehanort has now, or had before he took over Terra's body. So that indicates that he might have got it off his master as it's passed down through time. If you read the lore of Unchained, the eyeball in that, the behemoth eyeball that's in the Keyblade, apparently can see through time. So that's the master's eyeball or something like that. It's really weird. It'll be explained when the full game comes out, but that's apparently, if you want to find out more, it's the master in Unchained, the guy who basically set everyone up as Keyblade masters. I think he's following with that Keyblade. Now I haven't touched on that stuff in a while, so I could be completely wrong. But I think whoever has that blade is meant to have the box as well. They're meant to take care of the box. So I have a feeling that whatever happened, Xehanort became the disciple of Lux, or maybe disciple after Lux. And now he should have been in control of the box. But I think he might be, because if you think about it, when he's in Dream Drop Distance, the whole point of Dream Drop Distance was to get 13 of Darkness together at the same time. Meaning that the only way he'd have all 13 and then get the 7 Light is to try open the box. I mean, you wouldn't set up all of that if you didn't have the box on hand to try open. So maybe he does have it. That's why I think he does have it. Or else the other theory is that it got lost in one of the Keyblade Wars and it's currently in a different world, and that's why Maleficent is seeking it out. She could be talking about something completely different, but my gut instinct is saying that she's referencing the box. It would make sense. It would clear up that whole mystery. I mean, the box, that black box, is going to be in this game because it's such an important mystery in the universe. If it's not in this game, we riot. I'm calling it now. We riot until I find out. After that, we're back to gameplay. We see Sora running toward the Rock Titan, and we see him use some magic we've seen a bit of magic in 2.8, and when that game came out, the Fragmentary Passage, we were told that the magic in it is going to be the same type of magic you're going to see in KH3. It's always nice to see it in the trailer. As what I said earlier, 1, the magic looks sick, and 2, it seems that magic does in fact give you a different kind of, I wouldn't say form, it's like 2.8 where you get a different tier of magic. You don't change suit or anything. You don't change color or anything. You get a different higher tier of magic, like in 2.8. If you use Bizarra, you get Bizarga and stuff like that. You'd move up in the tiers every time you hit them with combos. And the good thing about this is that if you say you spam Tundara and then you hit another magic move, you get the different tiered magic. So now you can pick between the different tiers and the different command sets. You can either pick Tundaga, Plazaga and stuff like that, which means that there's a certain amount of time you have to press them, but it means that you're not wasting them. You know what I mean? It's not like you can only get one at a time, which is different to Birth by Sleep when you do forms and stuff. Is that if you hit them with a fire move, you're going into the fire form straight after. If that was the start in the combo. As I said, you can use this magic as well as you see him doing magic plus doing physical attacks. So you can go into second form, like we see second form when he's using magic, and you also have the magic there. So you can go into forms and use magic at the same time, and that's nice to know. You can still use like your Blizzara and your Tundaga. I think it's Blizzara, Firaza. I think it's actually lower tier than what they use because he's using Tundaga and stuff like that. But it's still like you can lead up with combos. You can use smaller tiered moves straight after, which increases the flow of the battle and makes it a lot more smoother than spamming the same move. It looks better. I mean, I think I rather the new way they done, like as I said at the start of the video, the new way they done the magic is a lot better. The new engine they have for it, whatever, it's a lot better than the olden days. We also see Sora growing some rails, much like Dream Drop Distance. Not a big deal, really. Makes traveling can make traveling a lot quicker. That's the only rail we got to find. I don't know if you can't spam like into walls and stuff. I don't think like in Dream Drop Distance where you're just flying around like a madman, just jumping around and just dashing at people. I don't think that would be part of this game because it was nice in Dream Drop Distance, but it wouldn't make sense in Kingdom Hearts 3. It just wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit the mold of the game per se. After that, we're actually back with some more lore, and we're brought to the mansion in Twilight Town, where Sora is talking to Xehanort and Ansem. Now, this is really weird when I seen him first. I'm still confused over this part because it looks like he's now part of Organization 13. It is Ansem, well, the look of him anyway, and he's wearing the Organization 13 robes. There's definitely not enough info to even start speculating on why he's there. I can't think of how he's still alive. Maybe Xehanort, remember everyone from Organization 13 became their real person again, like Axel became Leia and stuff like that. Maybe Xehanort turned himself back into a nobody and a heartless straight after they came back. I couldn't even describe why he's there. That's my big mystery from this trailer. Never mind the black box and stuff. The big mystery is why Ansem's still there. And I know Riku's not going to be happy about that one. We also find out that one of Sora's tasks in the game is to bring Roxas back. I wonder if Leia remembers him or has him memorized. But to bring Roxas back, Sora might have to use the darkness inside him. Which is a big... I think that's a huge decision. And was basically what Dream Drop Distance was about turning Sora over to the dark side and making him a pawn of darkness. So this could be a big decision for Sora. I think in saying that he has to use darkness, I think he might not. It's gonna be one of those sort of, oh, you have to use darkness, and Sora finds a new way of doing it without using it, or else he like can use it but he still says good or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't see him going the darkness route after he's seen what happened to Riku and stuff like that. But the big question as well is that now the reason for getting Roxas back is really unknown, as we already have 7 Keyblades of light, so to speak. We already have Riku, Sora, Kairi, Ventus, Terra, Aqua, and Mickey. So I don't exactly see where Roxas fits into this lineup. I mean, it could be just to have an extra guy in the team. Like if a war is impending, you might want to have extra gunpowder, so to say, and have an extra Keyblade of Light. Another thing I was thinking of is that if we seen in 2.8 that Mickey picked up the Darkness Keyblade, like the counterpart of Sora's one, which could mean that maybe Mickey's not part of the light anymore. He might be the dark side, not with them, but his Keyblade can't be used to as a Keyblade of Light. Now that's complete theory. I don't know. I'm just guessing because I really don't know where Roxas fits in. The main reason would be if he has some sort of connection to Ventus, and probably to wake him up, they might need Roxas's like I don't know, memories or something like that. I couldn't see that happening though, because they had really nothing to do with each other except for the fact that they looked like each other. But yeah, that one's a really mystery as well. So basically, the big mysteries from this, the black box or the box that Maleficent is looking for, I'm assuming that is the box that Lex had, all those whatever in Unchained and stuff. the Ansem being there and Organization 13's code. Haven't got a clue why he's there. I mean, I don't know how he's still alive. I don't know how many times I've literally faced him in a boss fight. I think someone like Cage 1, Dream Drop Distance, Unchained, Chain of Memories. Like I fought him, we fought him so many times as a boss, and he's still alive for some reason. And the other mystery is why Roxas. We need Roxas. Why do we need him? We have him inside of Sora, but why do we need him back? That's it from the trailer. There's a few other things that I might have missed out on. At the very start, it says, "Don't assume your dreams are just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it and dive in." I think that was just purely because they were diving into Olympus Coliseum at the start. I think it was just like a reference to it. Or maybe you have to dive into each world. I don't know. And other thing is, there was a new Heartless form, the big burly son of a gun Shadows. At the very start of the video, you got to see them, and you seen the Rock Titan again. All the other ones are usual, like the Cyclone Shadows and stuff like that, and like the little fairy type things, the green yolks. I can't remember the name at the moment, but like they were in it as well, the usual. So those new enemies are nice. The key points of this would really be forms are. I pretty much guarantee now that forms are indicative of what Keyblade you're using. Like the counter shield was definitely because you're using the Keyblade from Olympus, and second form was definitely because it was the Kingdom Key. It seems that abilities with Goofy and Donald and stuff don't waste MP. That's probably going to change because I couldn't see you being able to spam that. I say it's a reaction command type of thing. Also, that now NPC characters are in your party at the start. There's no changing characters at like save menus and stuff. They seem to be in your party. Now that could be different because we only got a good glimpse. We haven't got enough lore yet. But in the next trailer, we're meant to be getting the next trailer in July 15th, which will have a new world, hopefully, something other than Tangled and Olympus. I want to see something new. I want maybe a Marvel place, because I know Disney took over Marvel. I'd love to see Marvel, something good. Let's see a bit of Deadpool or something. That'd be funny. But there is a new trailer coming out July 15th at one of their expos. July 15th, it's a new trailer and a new world. So hopefully we get some good info from that. I mean, lore-wise, I'm really just trying to get something out of it. I've been waiting, 10 years to try to find something new. I've read so many theories. I mean, probably by the end, when the game comes out, we're going to find out that many of our theories are just the biggest load of crap you'll ever see. But it's fun making them. It's fun teasing people like, oh, my theory's the best and stuff like that. Anyway, that's it from me. If you like the video, give us a like. And if you want to see more content, I'll probably do another video on the trailer July 15th, see what's up, see if it was good. But anyway, if you want to see more, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.